Hello. Welcome to another video. And today we're going to see the 3 best practices for online teaching. So there is way more than 3 for sure, but those 3 are the 3 best practices that you really need. I mean that if you don't do that, you will fail for sure as a teacher. This is very important. The competition is very high those days for that job because it's very appealing to be an online teacher for the freedom, the location freedom, the money that you can make. You can work when you want from home. So, and this is the future. You really have to establish yourself as a teacher. But if you want to last long and make money and succeed, those 3 things that I'm going to teach you are vital, paramount. I have no other way to say it. So please put into place everything I'm going to teach you today. So the first thing, designing effective online classes. I know lesson plan is not funny, but you have to have a curriculum. You have to have a plan. So I wrote like a few bullet points here for you to be a better understanding, but you get the idea. Clearly defining learning objective and outcomes. So that's what I do almost in all my lesson. For example, I say, okay, now we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that grammar point. We're gonna see those vocabulary, and at the end of the lesson, you will be able to do that. I always explain. So when you do that, you're teaching value more than just words, just more than what you're teaching. You tell your student at the end of the class, for example, you will be able to communicate in a French bakery and ask for items, something like that. You get the idea. So this is very important to start the lesson. We say, okay, now today, maybe for the next 3 hours, we're gonna practice that. We're gonna do that, and at the end, you remind them that okay, you remember you weren't able to ask for any items for at the market. Now you're able to do it. So this is value. This is not only online teaching, right? But you need to have a following. That's what I say, like organize content in a logical and coherent manner. For example, if you're working on a ask for items at the bakery, after you don't gonna do something like a class about politics. There is no following, so you have to do something that can follow in order after that, and use the vocabulary you already learned to use it like in a new lesson. So there is like thousand curriculum. I made so many videos and I explain it very well on my courses on my website. So don't hesitate to check it out. Using multimedia. This is online teaching. I don't know. I cannot stretch it enough. This is the new era on online teaching you have to use. For me, as you can see, I always make a PowerPoint like this one, and I teach like this. I do something way more beautiful than this, but you get the idea. Okay, so you have to use multimedia. It's very important. You have to do like interactive classes, providing clear instruction and expectation for assignment and assessment. This one is optional. Honestly, you don't have to. For me, I never give homework. My only homework, I say, please review, and I'll make sure that you did review. I used to do like many things to check, but now I kind of know my student, and I say it is for you. For me, like my method is easy. You come to the class, you enjoy, you take notes, you do what you want. After you write down everything you've learned so far today, so it's a win-win. So you've got another opportunity to review the vocabulary, and then you're done for today. But the day we don't have class, just review like 15 minutes. That's all I ask. And I say, for example, put the vocabulary on your phone. Simple as that. You go to the toilet, just review 5 minutes. You're probably gonna go to the toilet a couple of times per day, so it's already 10 minutes. And then you have a break, another 5 minutes. Simple as that. And if they do that, if they can build a routine, a learning routine habit, on the long run, it's gonna be they're gonna have an amazing result. That's what I teach. It's very, very important to do that. So ensuring that the class is accessible to all learners, including those with disabilities. So it already happened to me, and so I have to adapt and make sure that you send the form or something. Make sure that you know everything about the student before, and then if it's the trial lesson, you will realize things, and then you have to do something special for that student. I don't want you to lose them because you didn't take that in consideration. That's very important. So that's what the first practice is. Please design something effective for your classes. Teach value. It's very, very important. Let's move on to number 2. Number two, engaging online learners. This one is a big one. This is very important. You may have a shy student, all dairy people, kids, no matter who you're teaching. So you have to make them engage. That's very important. So now I give some bullet points. Of course, try your best. This is very, very important. So, okay, let's one by one using interactive tools and technology to promote active learner. By the way, I made a lot of video on how to teach elderly people, how to teach kids, how to teach shy people. So go check it out. It will help you a lot because I go in more details with that. I will tell you exactly what I'm doing. But for me, as I say, my classes are very, very, very interactive. That's very important to me. So I have a lot of picture, a lot of videos, a lot of open question, and I know my student very well. I can see that when they lose their focus. So I put them back all the time and say, okay, now take it easy, take a deep breath. I say something funny. I always like, I'm very aware of that. So, different people, a different way of teaching, right? So you really have to be careful. It's on one-on-one. So you're the guide, you're the master, you're the one who lead the class. So you have to really be careful with that. But engaging online learners, that's very important. So encouraging participation in online discussion and activity. So for me, what I do, I ask a simple question, an open question. I don't know, like someone will say, "Oh, I love football." Oh, why do you love football? And they ask, "Oh, it's a great sport." I say, okay, so can you tell me why? How do you feel? Maybe when you play football or you with your friend, do something like that. Try to open them. It's an open question. So if they say yes, no, so it takes time and practice, but never ask like a yes or no question because you ask, do you like football? Yes. So never ever ask that. It's not good. You say, how do you feel when you play football? Why do you like it so much? What is so appealing for you when you play football? There is like a ton of questions that you can ask, and this is very important to do something like that. Providing frequent feedback on student work. So now this is the next point. So I will go in depth better than, but it's very important. Creating opportunities for collaboration and peer-to-peer learning. This one is very important to build confidence to them, to make them do their homework. For me, I always like to recommend like few apps. Maybe they can go to like exchange language learning app and say, talk to people, just try it out. Like not everybody is bad. There is good people still in this world. So go and talk to, it's online. If they disrespect you, you just can block them. I try to make them like emerge in a culture, in a language. It's very important. And I always try my best to change their life the best I can. So fostering a sense of community and belonging in the online courses. This one is always for me, what I try to do is like sometimes when I do with my students, I do like group class and I make them talk to each other. I say, okay, I have a similar student and we go on a group, on a WhatsApp group. I say, maybe you guys can talk together because you are at a similar level. I think you're gonna like each other, different culture. It's gonna be good for both of you. And I always try to do things like this. And yeah, I got good result about that. And I make some friend, like a Cupid, basically. And it's awesome for language learning. The last one, let's move on to the last one. And it's a very big one, providing effective feedback. I made so many videos about that, but I'm gonna just explain one thing. What I do is the bullet number 2, like providing timely and specific feedback on student work. So what I do is like you ask an open question, you let them talk. Even if they make mistake, even grammar is not good, the pronunciation is good, let them talk, right? Take it easy, take your time. And when you feel that okay, now they are done, maybe like 10-15 minutes of talk, just try to remember everything that went wrong. Maybe the things that you already seen before, now you have to, that's the only time I stop them. I say, okay, you remember last week we did that, so now you are, yeah, sorry, okay, no, okay, keep doing. So what I do, I use the sheet sandwich technique. So I talk about that in many videos, but I'm just gonna repeat for you. So what I do is like when I want to give like kind of negative feedbacks, I never say, oh, you did that wrong. I always start with something good, meaning I say like, like a sandwich, something bad, something good, something bad. Okay, I say, oh, you pronounced that so well. You remember last week you were unable to pronounce that. It wasn't so good, but today you did so well. On the other hand, when you say that, you remember that last week we saw that, and then you should be careful. You say, oh, okay. So say something good, say something bad. So we, as an online teacher, we always tend to say the negative things. We want them to progress. We want them to get better. So when something goes wrong, you say, okay, that was not good. But we forget to do like half, like a balance, that when they do something good, you have to tell them also. This is very, very important. And for me, it took me like maybe a few months before understand that. And like my student told me, oh yeah, when you encourage me, when you say think like this, good, and you tell me what I did good, this is they need that. They really need that. Sometimes it's like a bit frustrating to learn a language. It takes time. Dedication is not easy. So it's very important to providing effective feedback and good feedback. There is many different things that you can do. As always, for me, that's what I do for like an oral feedback. But sometimes I just write a comment. I say, okay, like maybe 2 days later, I say, you remember that class went so well, you did so well. So keep pushing. Don't worry, I'm here for you. I will help. If there is anything I can do for you, I'm happy to help. And they just saw like an email, a message 2 days after their class, and they're very happy. There is like 100 ways that you can make your student happy and providing effective feedback. And it's very, very important to keep them long term. And a long-term student meaning stable income meaning you enjoy your life wherever you are, whatever you do. Life is beautiful. As you can see, those 3 best practices are very, very important. No matter what you do, you have to master them. If you don't do that, you won't succeed for sure. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm gonna make many more video like this very soon. Next month I'm gonna do a 30-day challenge. I'm gonna do like 30 video in 30 days. They're all written down already. I just have to record them, so it's gonna be huge. I wish you to have a fantastic day, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.